Always dramatic. Well, good morning. It's Bobby Lee and Willis, our pilot today, coming to you from Hurricane Creek Farms on, yeah, sun hadn't quite poked over the trees there, but on a beautiful Saturday morning, starting out here as we do many days and many videos here lately, it seems, checking cows. Gonna feed our heifers down here, check, be sure the bull's in good shape. I hear them. They're over, this pasture goes on down to that bottom, on up onto the next ridge. Actually, the best grazing's over there on that next ridge. I hear them over there, and they're just, there you go, you probably heard that. Come on, babies, come on. Woo! Woo! All right, I can see a few through there. Maybe you can see them. Oh yeah, they're really running now. I do like when they're not right here on the feed bunks when I pull up for a few reasons. One, it's easier to put out a little feed. They don't get much. 4 bunks, they get a bucket of feed in each, about 100 pounds for 60 head. But it's just easier to put the feed out when you're not having to push them out of the way and they're not, you know, about to knock you down, whatever. And two, you can get a good head count when they're coming up here, you know. Relatively single file line. They're not just already right here in mass. But
trees and they're galloping back here.
I don't say that again.
They're galloping on the other side of the trees and they're coming back here.
Okay. Hey, don't throw the airplane when they get up here. That'll scare them. Yeah, it looks like everybody's gonna make their way up here, and Willis, despite my telling him, must be over there spooking them because they won't go up to the bunks. But flies, as we talked about last video, have been bad. We'll get over and get the sprayer, and as they all get congregated around these bunks, give them a good dose of fly spray. But bull's coming up. You kind of bring it up the rear. We'll be sure there's nothing wrong with him. Seems to be moving pretty normally. Just being a little lazy, what I suspect. They're tolerating it pretty well. They're at first, I don't know, they're already a little jumpy this morning because my little helper there, when I told him to go get back to the Jeep, he didn't really do that. He was still waving the airplane around. Well, I think he technically threw it again. I think he did what I said there, but so when I went to spray them, they were like extra spooky with it, more so than they had been the last one or two. But anyway, it is nice. You can almost see fly spray. I don't know if it works that quickly, but just quick glance looking at them, like, okay, yeah, there's less flies on the backs of these animals immediately. And then as I'm spraying them, you know, you'll see the ones that, you know, spook a little easier. They've still got flies on them because they didn't get sprayed, and you kind of target them. So it's not a perfect, there's no way, you never get 100% fly control, but if we can knock that fly burden back by, I mean, heck, even 50%, but you know, you're making these animals a lot more comfortable. They're gonna spend more time grazing, less time swatting, slinging their head, you know, in the shade, trying to rub under trees, and just, yeah, on their feet, turning grass into beef, which is what we do. Beef is the original plant-based meat. But anyway, things look good here. Yeah, let's see. Sunrise was actually a little over an hour ago. Just hadn't come up over the trees. But yeah, we gotta get some other things done. All right, so we came up here to call it my dad and my uncle's. It's my dad and my uncle's headquarters for the farming operation. My grandparents' place, even though both my grandparents on this side of the family have been gone, unfortunately, for many years now. But what we got our bumper pull flatbed trailer loaded down with a bunch of gates and panels. They actually took a an old barn that was falling completely in and kind of demolished it, where they're row cropping a little ground that used to be in pasture, which is a common theme around these parts. I'm one of the oddballs still trying to run cattle, in what is quickly becoming primarily row crop country, or I should say quickly becoming. That's been happening for years. But anyway, they took down all the gate stuff. I wanted to save them. Had it on that trailer. Well, because being the good husband I am, going to get some alfalfa for my wife for our horses. And I enjoy the horses too, but my wife and daughter, the primary ones, getting the horse showing blood. But yeah, need to get all that off there so we can go use that trailer to get some alfalfa. Got this old cotton trailer that was actually damaged in a tornado. I remember if it was last year or the year before. We really like these to put square hay on, just with the accumulator stacks on here. Very nice, very common practice around here. But the storm literally flipped it upside down, and I don't think it would be too terrible of an undertaking to repair it. But we're going like 30 miles, you know, to get some hay. Not a situation we'll be pulling a trailer like this. But anyway, I'm rambling on about that. Point is, we gotta get those gates off there up here where they'll be out of the way. Well, my brother was supposed to meet me here to help me do this, because we're both going to get hay this afternoon for our wives, and he was oddly specific. He said he would be here at 7:37. It's now 7:45, which means he's officially late. But pipe gates, those suckers are heavy duty. 99% certain my granddad and my uncle actually made those, you know, welded them, made them in the shop. Heavy duty. And yeah, I'm gonna need more muscles than just Willis to help me get those off there. But I don't know, I can work on these wire panels till he gets here. Back, get in the back of the truck. Stay out of the way. You're gonna get hurt. Hey, you need to raise this jack up. I mean, this thing. You're right. Yeah. I mean, I can go ahead and do it. I hope that's on video. Look, he's driving with the stand now. There you go. First time I've ever talked on your YouTube.
Well, I did.
No, my God. What's your Uncle Lemuel?
Now, have we used a new game now? Dad,
Uncle Lemuel and Dad like hated it.
yeah. This is my new game, Daddy. Coins. Coins.
Holy.
Yoink. Yep.
Okay, ride back here and check on the cows at home. And always dramatic. Only 8:30 and they're already laid up in the shade. So yeah, it's just that time of year. The heat is getting to be oppressive. But check on this crew. They like laying around. We've got all these willows here. It's low. There's a lot of water and stays wet. Unfortunately, I had the gate open between this pasture and the other one, because I had just turned the bull that had the sore foot back here. We still need to get a look at him. So I hadn't got the gate shut. And so now I got him in both pastures. Need to get him over here. There he comes, actually. Let's be sure he's moving good. But look good for the most part over here. So I'd really like for these 15 or so head to come on through, and then we can shut the gate. Come on, babies. Come on. Woo! Couldn't call them through the gates. We'll drive them through. But that way, yeah, we got them all in one pasture. Just hate when they're just coming back and forth. Defeats the whole purpose of having cross fences, and you know, you're not rotationally grazing then if you're just letting them go where they want. But as you can see out here, I know I've said it before and I probably sound like a broken record player. Got to get some pasture for it. We just, even though we gotten all the hay baled, we still got to get some moved home. The Kubota tractor still is a little bit out of commission. So my idea was, as soon as it's running, we'll get those just 16 or so bales moved home. And as soon as we're done with that, we can put the clipper on the tractor and get to it. But I don't know. Just looking at my schedule going forward, that tractor, yeah, I don't know when we're gonna get to it. Hopefully here within the next week. Okay, next little task for the morning. Clean out the back end of the Pioneer, which, my goodness, we just accumulate some junk. It's worse than the bed of a pickup, or I don't know, might not be worse than the inside of the farm truck. The passenger floorboard on that side is kind of a catch-all too for, yeah, everything. But yeah, got a specific reason why we need to clean it out. We'll talk about that in a little bit. First, we got to clean this up. Lots of empty beverage containers. Yes, when I get home from work most days, my ritual is to grab a cold beer and check cows, and you know, so there's a lot of empties. Yeah, but anyway, we're gonna get all this stuff out of here and have our next little project going. I got it pretty well cleaned out. We had a bit of an oil spill a while back. A jug of chainsaw bar oil. Actually, it's almost plastic jugs. I think got punctured by the barbed wire that was in there, but nothing too major. Burning. Not all that trash came out of the back of this Pioneer. We had a bunch of empty feed sacks over there in the barn. Get it burned up, and now get to go see our surprise for today. So I think, as I alluded to in my last video, I had a big birthday this week. I turned 40 yesterday, and so kind of a birthday present to myself, courtesy of agzaga.com. We got ourselves a sprayer to go in the back of the side-by-side. Got our boom here. I think it comes with multiple different booms. You can have like a traditional boom with all your nozzles. We got a boom that is then kind of boomless, but obviously it's a little bit of a boom. We got the tips that spray out each side, so similar to our big sprayer we used last weekend, but kind of the hard to reach spots, so to speak, that we can't get to with a big tractor. Just like the one on the tractor, this one also has the wand where you can get off and spray the really hard to reach spots, but we just got a lot of areas tucked up here, you know, you just can't get to very easily. Two, we can do some more targeted spraying. You know, on our gilt edge farm, we got thistles bad in just a few spots. Like, we don't need to spray the whole pasture. It's like 2 acres here that needs to be sprayed, and then a thistle here, a thistle there. And so really excited to get this out. We're gonna load it up in the back of the Pioneer, take it down to the barn where we've got our tools. I'm not sure what all tools we will need for assembly. Shouldn't be much. We keep the bird feed in the freezer because it keeps the bugs out of it. Yes, ignore the mess that is our garage. Actually, aside from my paper cup, it's not in too bad a shape. You climbing in? Of course, I should mention too, we used our discount code, the HCF10, got 10% off. And unfortunately for you guys, by the time this is up, the sale will be over, but they're actually running a sale on sprayers, is what prompted me to say, well, yeah, let's do it. I think the sale was 15% off. They're not stingy with their discounts. They then let you use the HCF10 discount on top of that. So yeah, we were like, hey, we got to do it. But yeah, eager to try this thing out. All right, let's get it unboxed. If they had a 45-gallon, which is what we went with, and a 65-gallon. Obviously, as I just said, we went with a 45. I don't know. This side-by-side is almost 10 years old. When we bought it, it was the big boy. Nowadays, it is not the big boy. They make some, when I pull up beside them, like my buddies have, or my brother, and it looks like, I mean, this is like the Power Wheels version these days. So I was a little, you know, I think it could have handled it just from a, you know, weight rating, you know, having that much, you know, liquid in the back of it, but didn't feel the need to really push it. We went with the 45. So if we can get this baby set up. Okay, it would appear that we've got it all installed. Very quick, took like 20 minutes. Very little assembly. Basically, you had to put these arms in here. You know, wound the hose up. You had to just 4 little screws there to attach the apparatus that you wind the hose around. Pretty much it. Connect that line to the boom. Boom. Just, yeah, bolted right up there. Nothing to it at all. Just shouldn't say that till we got it running. Battery or pump. Got a little toggle switch there. Yeah, right here. Toggle switch. Got just two clamps on the battery. Let's go put some water in it and try her out before we declare that, yeah, that was easy. Got a little water in there. I'm gonna show you the 2 things I may like the best about this already. Number 1, right there, made in the USA. Very important to me. I love that. Number 2, how ingenious is that? You got your measuring cup right there. I mean, you know, I know like the big ag guys that got their water trailer or water truck or whatever, got all their chemical, everything they need. They probably got a half dozen of those on there ready to go. For those of us that, you know, more on the small farming, cattleman, ranching side of things, where we don't do a lot of spraying all the time, I know I'm guilty of, I don't know if anybody else is, where, you know, you need to mix up, you know, you need to measure out chemical, and you're like, oh gosh, do I have an empty Gatorade bottle or anything around here where I can measure, you know, and then you're kind of guesstimating. Looky there, and it's always right there. I mean, it's in the lid. I don't know why it took us till the year 2023 for a company to do that, which maybe those have been around for a year or 2. I just haven't bought a new sprayer until now, but that is ingenious. So, well, I'm gonna pull over here just away from the barn. It's just water in there, but we'll see if she'll spray. The moment of truth. If we just gotta get her primed up. Well, wouldn't you know it, I always do this when you're filming. All right, drum roll again. I didn't have a valve open. I hope that was all our issue was. I see water pumping now. Control our pressure there. Watch out, Willis. Get her primed up. So, she's spraying. Maybe a little adjustment here or there. You see, yeah, it's spraying. Just need to twist that nozzle around. She's doing what she's supposed to do. I didn't put a lot of water in there, so I'm gonna, well, there's really no good way to do this. Cut off the bones. So, yeah, we're essentially ready to go spraying. Again, aside from just some tiny little adjustments there, like on that tip. But we got to run. My grandfather, World War II veteran. Actually, both my grandfathers World War II veterans. I'm fortunate to still have one living. They're having kind of a veterans honoring ceremony today here in town. So done this actually the last several years, and obviously not too many World War II veterans still around. We're very fortunate to have him still here. Just gonna go do that, spend a little time with family. Kind of here in the middle of the day before we go get that alfalfa later on. Yeah, real quickly, you know, just because, and I don't want to get way off subject. You know, y'all tune in here to watch us mess around on the farm. But yeah, my grandfather, this is my mom's dad. He fought in the Pacific, of course, World War II. Made, I believe it was 7 different D-Day landings, you know, fighting up the China Islands in the Pacific, Pacific, not specific. But yeah, of course, made it back home, thankfully. My dad's dad, he was in, when he got to London, he was in the Army, they assigned him to be an MP. So he was military police there in World War II. Bring this full circle, kind of bring it back to the farm. His brother, so my great uncle, this was his farm. Both he and his brother, so my dad's dad and my dad's uncle, my great uncle, of course, they both passed away well over 20 years ago. But we were able to buy this farm from his heirs, from our cousins. But yeah, pretty cool. My uncle, again, that owned this farm, he went in at Normandy, and I'd have to ask again to get the details exactly right. It was like D+2, D-Day +3, somewhere in there. He was wounded. He got shot in France. Of course, made it back home, you know, farmed. He and my grandfather worked together. They farmed together as well. They had, you know, farms of their own, and they had farms they owned together, had cattle on. So, yeah, just trying to carry on, yeah, kind of the family tradition there. And but yeah, gonna go to this ceremony right now. I'm rambling to honor my grandfather. Yeah, I have to be there in 40 minutes. It's probably a 20-minute drive, and I need to clean up first. So we're gonna scat. All right, went and got some alfalfa, 80 bales all put on there. I don't know, I went and got 120 bales last year, but then my brother and I split it. This year he got 60 of his own. Went ahead and got 80. I don't know. We might need to get a little more. It'll kind of be up to Caleb. We'll also put some Bermuda grass, you know, hay up for the horses too. But that'll be some that we bale ourselves, or, you know, my dad and my uncle's operation. I still say we when I'm referring to them as well. They bale most of their Bermuda grass for cow hay, but they have, much of it is horse quality. So pick out some of the better of it and square bale it. Well, good morning. As you can see, we're catching a nice little rain shower. Knew it was going to rain today. I thought it wasn't. Our best chance wasn't until this afternoon. Maybe that was true, but it's fine. We woke up.
Whenever I woke up, I thought it was still dark time.
Yeah. You thought it was still dark because there wasn't much sunshine?
And I always know rain is at night time.
But it's a rainy Sunday morning, a perfect day to sleep in. There's the better half.
What's he wearing?
I don't know what he's wearing. Just a vest. But it's also Father's Day, so I thought, man, this is perfect. This is God's way of telling us, relax, take the morning off, take the day off. We'll have plenty of time later on to try out the new sprayer. Everything's working on it good. Yeah, actually just over here across the fence, I was eager to spray some of those spots we couldn't get to with the tractor, but we'll get to it later. Yard needs to be mowed, but it's okay. We're gonna take the day off. When we eat lunch, what are we gonna do, Willis? You gonna eat beef?
Eat beef and God bless.
That's right, eat beef and God bless. Happy Father's Day to everybody out there. Yeah, I guess my other kid is just still in the bed, so.
She did play softball tournament.
She played softball yesterday, yeah, so. We didn't get rid of one of the kids. She's just not here first thing this morning, so. Y'all enjoy your Sunday, eat beef and God bless.